And that's how I know we're winning. And if Eric Swalwell wants to come online and talk about what jacket size I wear, I'm happy to send him a women's medium so him and Fang can go out again.
That was FBI Director Kash Patel, who is now, according to the Washington Post and other reports, as the director of the FBI, he may send agents to China to interview Fang. I'll tell you if you don't know who Fang is, and may even arrange to get a visa for the Chinese spy in exchange for her interview regarding the disgusting, gruesome, grotesque, feckless, speckless, spineless mook you see on your screen, who is a representative of my home state. This is one of the worst human beings ever. I mean, he is an emasculated, scum-sucking lunkhead. Eric Swalwell, my home state, as I said, according to a report today in the Washington Post. They also report that FBI Director Kash Patel is pressing to release this decade-old investigative file involving Swalwell and suspected Chinese intelligence operative recently dispatching agents in the Bureau's San Francisco office to quickly redact the files before they are released publicly, despite no evidence of wrongdoing by Swalwell, according to 3 people familiar with the effort. Swalwell posted this on X after this report came out. Trump is targeting me. He's trying to influence the election, which he's not even in the high in the polls. There's an opportunity. Please God, oh Lord, I pray every day that California could actually, for the first time in decades, maybe go red. I don't want to jinx it. I'm knocking on wood as we speak. He continues, there's only one reason why. He's scared. This is, and he reposted the brand new article coming out of FBI Director Kash Patel saying he's going after him. I have video footage that I want to share with you. There couldn't have been a more grotesque individual who deserves to be prosecuted more than Swalwell. I have video footage that proves everything. Just in case you happen to, a little quick rehash of this story and you don't know what in the world we're talking about. What do you mean Fang Nez? So this is where this all kind of spawned from. Christine Fang, a suspected Chinese intelligence operative, also known as Fang, she developed extensive ties with Swalwell during when he was a Dublin City Council member. She bundled millions of donations, thousands of dollars to his 2014 election campaign, and even recommending staff for his office. There's a picture of her right there. She was a former student at Cal State University East Bay. She was secretly working as an intelligence agent, targeting political up-and-comers like Swalwell, and cultivated very, very personal, I can't say the word or they'll take the video down, relationships, but let's just say it rhymes with rectual. I just invented that word. I like that. See how quick I am, y'all? With at least 2 Midwestern mayors. This is from an Axios report. She began cultivating ties with Swalwell when he was a member of the Dublin City Council. Federal investigators were so spooked by Fang's activities that they gave Swalwell what is known as a, quote, defensive briefing in 2015. He'd been assigned a seat at the House Permanent Select Committee, a post with access to very, very sensitive national security intel, but then he was taken off that. The FBI and the House Ethics Committee found no wrongdoing in the bizarre espionage case, but the incident has dogged his campaign for California governor, where he is considered the Democratic frontrunner, which he's behind, thank God, Hilton and Sheriff Bianco. I don't know if you remember this or not, but Dave Portnoy, the Barstool founder, they got into a little beef, and he posted this photo of Swalwell right here that you see with the Chinese spy writing, quote, call me crazy, but I like my politicians not to get tricked by foreign spies. He said, hey, Eric, I've never heard of you, but a quick Google search said you were literally removed from the House Intelligence Committee for having your office infiltrated by a Chinese spy named Fang. So he was immediately removed from the committee over his ties to Fang, but Representative McCarthy at that time ordered a House committee investigation into the incident after he became House Speaker in 2021. And Swalwell said he just wanted to create a thing. There's nothing I can do if someone is just trying to do the president's bidding. It comes from being in the arena, he insisted. I mean, this guy is he is everything you hope your son never becomes. Like, if anybody is a father to a boy, this is the exact antithesis of what you hope your son will become as he grows up and matures into a man. It is the exact opposite of everything good that a man should have and possess. There was all this money missing, like $300,000 of campaign funds and mysterious deposits, which he cited as legal funds to fight the investigation into him. But a lot of people think, myself included, especially after I share with you the video I'm going to share with you, which is just, to me, it's the most damning evidence that proves that he was in cahoots with a Chinese spy. Never mind the fact that he's being criminally referred to the Department of Justice for mortgage fraud by Bill Pulte, because he doesn't live in California, just like Letitia Big Shame James, just like all these Democrats. They're all criminals. They're all crooks, right? Tim Walz is protecting Somali criminal illegals, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. Newscomb and Bass protecting, daycare after daycare, hospice after hospice, stealing hundreds of millions of dollars from hardworking, tax-paying, law-abiding. This is who they are. This is who they are, right? So there's this question going around like, wait a minute, this guy's not very much on the up and up. And just so you get a taste of who this guy is, I've got some videos to share with you. First, I want to share this video of Patel destroying him back in late 2025 when he was subpoenaed before the oversight hearing. This is an awesome clip. Then I've got one where Swalwell gets called out by the mainstream fake news media about the ridiculous claims that he made about Trump being an agent of Putin and Russia. This is after the Mueller report was released. You're going to love that. And then the creme de la creme, where he is confronted directly about Fang, and his reaction to me says it all. But first, check out this clip of Patel just demolishing him.
I will work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress.
Reclaiming my time,
it has been a disgrace to the American people.
I'm reclaiming my time.
You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way? Mr. Chairman, would you
recuse yourself, Director?
The gentleman has no time.
So just in case you couldn't hear that because they were kind of talking over each other. So Director Kash Patel says to Swalwell, he says his entire career in Congress has been bull beep. I'm going to borrow your terminology and call BS on your entire career in Congress. It has been a disgrace to the American people. I couldn't agree more. God, I love that. And more proof that Patel is right, and that everybody who has a cerebellum in their membrane, who has any kind of cranial capacity, is right about Swalwell. This video right here, after Mueller report, this is in 2019, after the Mueller report is released, which found absolutely zero collusion whatsoever, empty Eric Swalwell, who pretty much made the worst claims imaginable about Trump and Putin, because he's just a minion. He's just a brainless robot. He has no spine. He has no soul. He gets called out, and then watch him double down. He gets called out by the woke media, by the way. This isn't like any independent media or somebody on the street, which I'm going to show you. This is by the woke media, and he still doubles down. This gives you everything you need to know about this character.
Mueller used a legal term and did not find a chargeable Russia-Trump conspiracy. You talk about collusion, and you've also, and I'm going to play this for you, talk about it pretty directly as if there was a personal link, a personal activity by Donald Trump established. Take a look.
All of the arrows continue to point to a personal, political, and financial relationship that Donald Trump had with the Russians.
Do you believe the president right now has been an agent of the Russians?
Yes.
I'm still not hearing the evidence that he's an agent of Russia.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. It's almost hiding in plain sight.
Do you believe that the Trump campaign colluded with the Russians in the 2016 campaign?
Yes.
Do you believe the president himself colluded with the Russians?
Yes. There was certainly evidence of collusion, not evidence that met the beyond a reasonable doubt standard, but this president in no way is cleared.
Makes me sick.
Do you accept the findings in the Mueller report that do not support some of those claims?
Well, I accept that I probably should have been out there a little bit earlier, because who knew how many links there were, 200 pages of links. I accept also, Ari, that prior Congresses did not have an imagination to see a president or a campaign have so many concerning conduct and not write laws to prohibit it. But it didn't meet the standard beyond a reasonable doubt.
So you're no longer maintaining that he is effectively a, quote, Russian asset?
No, I think he acts on Russia's behalf, and I challenge him to show me otherwise.
You clearly, in those quotes, though, were discussing it at the level of a financial link or a conspiratorial collaboration, which Mueller's evidence doesn't support. So I want to find out, do you accept that?
No, there's evidence of collusion and coordination there. It doesn't go beyond a reasonable doubt, but that doesn't mean that this is a good guy.
Are you or are you not maintaining the asset theory, even though a 400-plus page report from Mueller does not document that?
I think he acts on Russia's behalf too many times, and he puts their interests ahead of our interests.
That right there, that thing right there is what happens when we get into this kind of millennial sort of timeout era and you don't actually discipline your kids. That's exactly what happens when you don't stop them and go and shake them by their shoulders and go, hey, you are being a complete lunkhead. Stop it. That's what happens when you let your kids get away with everything. Watch this clip, which to me, just in case you're not convinced, says it all about Swalwell as he is confronted directly about Fang and his relationship with a Chinese Communist Party intelligence spy. Watch, this is everything.
So, Congressman, you referred to Elon Musk as a fascist at some point and alluded to him being a national security threat. Do you see that more of a national security threat, you sleeping with a Chinese spy, than transparency in the federal government?
Elitist grin.
What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? What's Fang think of that?
What are you doing? This is ridiculous. So the Golden State Warriors, then.
Go down. I mean, what's fascistic about exposing government corruption? I mean, I know you're just at dinner now with a bunch of lobbyists. You know, they're buying you a bunch of booze, and you know that's awfully nice. I know you were talking about, maybe finding somebody else because you only like to people that are tens. I just heard that one too. So what do you think about that? Do you want to comment on any of it?
Of course he doesn't want to comment.
Elon Musk is a national security threat, but you sleeping with
Guilty
a Chinese spy
as
is not.
charged.
Is that correct?
That's guilt, folks.
You don't want to comment on that at all?
Nope.
Looks like guilty as charged.
You know what's really interesting is these guys cry freedom of speech. These guys cry follow the Constitution, threat to democracy. They call Trump, this is a constitutional crisis. But whenever like mentally Ilhan Omar, Maxine, Pelosi, who got mad at an independent reporter, and Newsom attacking Nick Shirley for actually doing his job. Isn't it interesting how whenever Americans exercise their free speech towards them, then it's like, how dare you? This is a mockery. You're doing a terrible thing. And they attack. And it's ad hominem. It's personal. Instead of actually saying, hey, man, I'm really, you know what? Like, you have an opportunity here. These are Americans who are not paid by the government. These are Americans who love their country. Nick and everybody else, myself included, nobody's paying us directly. The government is not paying us directly. Yes, we have revenue streams in other ways, which is why we have sponsors and we partner with people on our channel. But we are Americans who care. We are Americans who love our country. And we're just asking questions. And we love the freedoms that we have. And we're exercising those freedoms. Why wouldn't you encourage that? Why wouldn't you take the time to say, even if it's, let's just say we're completely off base, instead of attacking personal ad hominem, calling Nick Shirley a pervert and all these things, why wouldn't you just say, hey, why don't we just have a chat? Let's have a chat right here on the street. Or, hey, come to my office. We'll record the whole thing. I'll answer all your questions. You can ask me whatever you want. I love what you're doing. You're exercising your free speech rights, et cetera, et cetera. And let's have a conversation and let me actually enlighten you. If you're not doing anything wrong, if you're completely guiltless and you're devoid of any crimes or any wrongdoing, why wouldn't you do that instead of you're elitist, throw your nose up, walk past them, disregard, dismiss, callously treat them like they're lower than you, like you're superior. That to me right there says it all. And I'm going to tell you right now, if this Swalwell gets anywhere close to the governor's office of California, it's not going to be Newsom 2.0. It's going to be 10 times worse than Newsom. This guy does not have a single molecule in his entire anatomy of hard work, ethics, integrity, go-getterness, getting things done. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. Time and time again, that gets reflected. All of these Democrats care about is retaining power and control. That's it, because they're afraid to death that if I lose my seat, if I lose my power, I'm going to have to go in the free market capitalistic enterprise system like you and me and actually compete with people who have merit, because they don't have any merit. That's why they attack Elon, literally the Leonardo da Vinci of our time. This guy has created some of the most innovative products, goods, and services we've seen in hundreds, in centuries. He's literally the da Vinci of our time. You're going to attack Elon? You're going to attack Trump, who's actually survived litany of attacks, who's actually a builder, who's actually accomplished, succeeded more than you ever have in 100 lifetimes. That says it all, folks. I can't wait to get your comments on this. Please tap that thumbs up if you love America. It helps us out big time, even if you're watching on TV. Check out these videos I just posted recently. Click on those next. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It doesn't cost you a thing. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.